Hello ladies and gentlemen, Orcshead Magic, Chris here with you today with a deck tech video for my Allies modern deck. Now, why Allies? Well, Allies was one of the first few decks I actually played with in Standard when I first started going to my Friday night Magic store. It was the one I had most fun with, and as I was thinking for a modern deck, I thought, why not do Allies? I had so much fun with it, and it was so versatile, so I thought, sod it, let's give it a try. Now, there's many ways you can do this. This is the way I'm doing it, but there's no right or wrong. It's an aggressive deck. It's 4 colours. It goes in white, green, black, and red. And in the land, it does splash a bit of blue just in case I do decide to put some blue into it. So without further ado, we're going to start things off with your basic sort of counters. So all the cards that are going to put +1/+1 on when an ally enters battlefield. I'm going to start off with Hada Freeblade, which is a white. It's a human soldier ally. It's a 0 attack, 1 defense, and when its ability is whenever Hada Freeblade or another ally enters battlefield under your control, you may put a +1/+1 counter on Hada Freeblade. So it comes in with a +1 counter. Every time you place an ally, it puts a +1 counter on. If you can get a lot of allies on, it can stack up very quickly and very nicely. You want one of these in your starting hand if you can manage it, as they can build up quite nicely and very, very quickly. I run 4 of these, and in my opinion you need to run 4 of these if you're going white, as it is an essential card. And the next one I run, which is going on to 2 mana now, which is Oran-rief Survivalist. I run 3 of these. It's a 1 mana, 1 green. It's a human warrior ally. He's a 1/1, and whenever Oran-rief Survivalist or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a +1/+1 counter on Oran-rief Survivalist. Again, same with Hada Freeblade. Puts +1/+1, same sort of principle. Reason we'll run 3 is because I could only get hold of 3 at the time. I possibly am thinking of putting a 4th one again. As again with Hada Freeblade, it is very nice. Next one we're going to run, which is Kazandu Blademaster. I run 4 of these, and it's 2 white. It's a human soldier ally. He's a 1/1, and he has first strike and vigilance. Same again, whenever Kazandu Blademaster or another ally enters battlefield, he gets a +1/+1 counter. You need to run 4 of these. These are very nice cards. You can swing all day long with these, and he's got first strike, which makes him a win-win situation. I would not recommend running any less than 4 of these, as they are very nice. Very nice. The only downside is he is 2 white, so you need to make sure you've got 2 white if you've got him in your opening hand, or at least you've got some sort of white. And then lastly, with our +1 counters, is Bojuka Brigand, which is a 1 mana, 1 black. It's a human warrior ally. Bojuka Brigand can't block. Whenever he enters the battlefield or another ally enters the battlefield, he gets a +1/+1 counter, and he's a 1/1. Now the only downside to this card is he cannot block at all, which is the shameful part. So really you want to swing all day long with this card, as he is very nice, but the only downside is he could not block with it. But he makes up it as another 2 mana card that you can bump up very quickly and very, very nicely. So that is sort of all your +1 counters. They form your base of your deck. Now we're going to either go on to allies that sort of either trigger an effect, or basically is a trigger, you use as a trigger. So first one we'll go into, which I'll run 2 of, which is Expedition Envoy. It's a 1 white, and it's basically a 2/1, and it's a human scout ally. Now I run 2 of these just purely for ally triggers. They're nice 1 mana ally trigger. You can just slap it on, cause an ally trigger, and boom, boom. There you go. You got a nice little ally trigger and a creature to go on the battlefield. The next one I run, which is 2 mana, I run Celestial Healer, which is free of, and it is an ally, and when it enters the battlefield, or another ally in the battlefield, you gain 1 life and you lose 1 life. Now it is a very nice card, can build up very quickly if you're getting the allies out very nicely. The only downside to it is it's a 1/2, it can get killed very quickly, and it's the only shameful bit about it is 1 mana. It is quite nice for what it's worth, but if you get it on field, it'll probably die quickly. Okay, moving on to the next one, which is our next 2 mana card, which is Akoum Battlesinger, and I run 4 of these, and it's got haste. It's a human berserker ally, and whenever it enters the battlefield or another ally at the battlefield, you may have ally creatures you control get +1 attack until end of turn. Now if you get a lot of allies out very quickly, this can be very nice very quickly, as you can sort of litter the battlefield with allies, or if you can get allies on the battlefield, you can swing with quite big quite quickly. And I've gotten on with it with another sorcery spell, +5 attack. It can cause absolute chaos very quickly. And the plus side is you get haste with it as well. Now moving on to our 3 mana spells. The next one is Kabria Evangel, which is 2 mana, 1 white, and it's a 2/3 and a human cleric ally. And this is a very interesting ability. Whenever Kabria Evangel or another ally enters the battlefield under control, you may choose a colour. If you do, allies you control gain protection from that chosen colour till end of turn. So if they're running mono colours, choose that mono colour. So you can swing all out and they cannot defend. Or if you know they're running all spells that colour, you can then just call that colour and they can't do anything. So basically you get 3 attack without worries for a turn. I'll run 3 of these. I'm hoping to run 4 of them if I can get hold of them. Unfortunately it's a very hard card at the minute to sort of get hold of at the minute. And now moving on to our next 3 mana creature, which is Drana, Liberator Malakir. 1 mana, 2 black. She's a legendary creature of a vampire ally, flying first strike, and whenever Drana deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on each attacking creature you control. Right, with this is a very nice card. She's got flying and first strike. Basically you attack with her and other creatures, she does her first strike damage, and then she puts on +1/+1 counters on every creature before they do attacks. So basically your creature get a +1/+1 buffer before they attack, which is a win-win situation. Obviously if they block it, then they don't, so it's something to bear in mind. And I run 3 of these just because it's a legendary, and with legendaries I prefer to run 3 of. Okay, the next one I run is Firemantle Mage. I just run 1 of these. It's a human shaman ally, and it's got a rally trigger, and it's whenever Firemantle Mage or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, creatures you control gain menace until end of turn. Again, reason we're on 1, it's nice to have that menace trigger. Obviously the only downside to it is it's 2/2. Obviously if they've not got much creatures on the battlefield, or they're not using hardly creatures, he becomes sort of redundant. But if you've got a load of creatures blockers, this does become quite nice. And the next final creature I run, which is 2 of, is Reckless Bushwacker, and it's a 2 mana, 1 red. It's a 2 attacking, 1 defense. It's a goblin warrior ally. It's got haste, and when Reckless Bushwacker enters the battlefield, if its surge cost is force page, which has surge, which is 1 mana and 1 red. Other creatures you control get +1 attack and gain haste until end of turn. So basically, if you dump a load of creatures, so say if you put Expedition Envoy on, you can then pay for its surge cost, and then gives your creatures +1 attack. Now, with this, you can sort of do something really nice very quickly, and cause a lot of damage very quickly. It is a very nice card. You can cause quite a lot of havoc with this. If you can get the right triggers off at the right time. Only downside to it is if you can't pay the surge costs, then unfortunately you cannot then get the ability off, which is the shameful bit on it. But a lot of the time you will be paying for its surge cost if you can get it off. Okay, so that's creatures all done. Next I run sorcery. It's only one. It's March from the Tomb. It's a 3 mana, white and a black, and it's a sorcery, and it's return any number of target allied creature cards from total converted mana cost 8 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. This is a great ally trigger. You can suddenly dump all your allies from your graveyard onto the battlefield, and then just sort of, you can put something like, I've had it for where you can I've put +4/+4 on Hada Freeblade or Kazandu Blademaster. It does go off pretty nasty, and especially if you've got like Battlesinger on, or Celestial Healer, you can drain off quite a nice life. I run 3 of these. They are very high mana. I'm debating whether to put the 4th one in the sideboard at the minute for long games, but at the moment I'm running 3. So that's it for sorceries. I only run 3 of them. Not essential in this deck. Next I'll move to artifacts, which is, the first one is Captain's Claws, which is 2 mana. It's an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1 attack, 0 defense, and whenever it attacks, equipped creature attacks, put a 1/1 white core allied creature token on the battlefield tapped and attacking. Now again, that's another allied trigger, causing another trigger off. That is a very handy. You really want to get Captain's Claws out early, so you can dump out core allies out very quickly and very nicely. Again, it's not essential, but it's a very handy card to have. I run 3 of these. I'm debating whether to run 4 in the minute, but it's again it's sort of a 50-50 sort of thing. Okay, so that's it for that. Now lands sort of are a bit, I'm experimenting with them at the minute, so this is not the final thing. I'm still getting a lot of the lands at the minute. Sort of, I've got some on order, some on, but this should give you a base idea how I run it. So I run at the moment 1 Arid Mesa, which is a red-white land. Pay 1 life, sacrifice it, search your library for a mountain or plains card, and put it into the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Again, I'm looking at trying to run, get 2 or 3 of these if I can, but obviously at the moment I only got 1, so I'm only running 1 at the minute. And in conjunction with that, I am running Sacred Foundry, which is 1 again. It's a land, it's a mountain plains. A Sacred Foundry enters the battlefield, you may pay 2 life. If you don't, it enters the battlefield tapped. Basically, want to run 2 of these because they're nice little triggers. You can pull them out of Arid Mesa, but at the moment I've only got 1 of them. In the replacement at the minute, I'm running Battle Forge, which is a land, add 1 mana to your pool, or pay 1 life and add red or white to your mana pool. So that's kind of sort of the replacement program for it at the minute. Next is Overgrown Tomb, which is a black and a green. As Overgrown Tomb enters the battlefield, you may put 2 life. If you don't, Overgrown Tomb enters the battlefield tapped. Again, I want to run 2 or 3 of these, but I've only got 1 at the minute. So at the minute, I had a replacement. I'm running Llanowar Wastes, which is add 1 mana, colourless mana to your mana pool. Then add black or green to your mana pool. It deals 1 damage to you. Again, it's a nice little replacement card for the minute until I can actually get it. But next one is Marsh Flats, which is pay 1 life, sacrifice Marsh Flats, search your library for a plains or swamp card, put it onto the battlefield, and shuffle your life. I use this to get Overgrown Tomb out or Temple Garden out. It's a nice little card. It's very handy, and I'm going to possibly run 2 of these, but I'm running 1 at the minute. I'm experimenting with it at the minute. So my next land card I run is 4 of these, which is Ally Encampments. Now, these are very nice because what they do is add 1 mana to your mana pool, and then you can tap it for add 1 mana of any colour to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast an ally spell. So you can use it any mana to cast any ally. The only shame is you can't use it to cast March from Tomb or anything like that. So that's one thing to consider. And it's got 1 mana. Tap it, sacrifice ally encampment, return target ally you control to its owner's hand. So again, you can ping an ally back and then ping it back forward for another trigger. And then next one I run is 3 of, and it's Ancient Ziggurat. And then it's a land, and add 1 colour of any mana to your pool. You may only cast this to cast creature spells. Again, I use this to get any creature I want out. It's not a shop land, so it does do it very nicely. It's very handy. Next one I run is Temple of Malice. Again, I'm looking at replacing this with possibly a swamp or mountain. But it enters battlefield tap. You can tap it from black or red, and when it enters battlefield, scry 1, which you can use it as another scry trigger, which is handy. Next one I run is 1 Celestial Colonade. It enters battlefield tap, add 1 red, white or blue, and then if you pay 3 white and blue into end turn, it becomes a 4/4 white and blue elemental creature with flying and vigilant. Again, only reason I got this is it can be handy to have a flying 4/4. Trigger it with Drana, put a +1/+1 counter on it. It's quite handy. Next one I run is 1 Temple Garden. Again, I want to look at 2 or 3 of these, possibly 2-3 of these. So Forest and Plains. As Temple Garden enters battlefield, you may pay 2 life. If not, it is tapped. Again, I'm running Caves of Kolios for the minute, just to add a bit of white and black for the minute as a replacement program for that, which is add 1 mana, add white or black to your mana pool. It deals 1 damage to you. Again, it's sort of a nice little replacement program. Next one I got is Breeding Pool, which is a forest and island. Again, it's a shock land. A Breeding Pool enters battlefield. You may pay 2 life. If you don't, it enters battlefield. I only run 1 of these because, again, it's an extra green, but I don't really want to sort of going much into it because it's got blue in it. And then, lastly, final 2 cards I sort of run. One is Scalding Tarn, which is again pay 1 life. It's a blue red, search for an island or mountain card and put it on the battlefield and then shuffle your library. And the other one, in conjunction with it, is Steam Vents. It's an island or mountain. As Steam Vents enter the battlefield, you may pay 2 life. If you don't, Steam Vents enters battlefield. It's just Scalding Tarn's easy, nice to get Breeding Pool or Steam Vents out, and Steam Vents is again nice little blue, just in case. But it's giving me red, which is essential. Okay, so that's all my stuff that I run. Main deck sideboard. Again, this sideboard, this will sort of vary depending on what your sort runs, but this is sort of what I'm going to use in my sideboard. I use 1 Firemantle Mage, again just to extra 1 never hurt. Ondu Cleric, which is a 1 mana 1 white core cleric ally. When Ondu Cleric or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you may gain life to the number of allies you control. That's a 1/1 again. So if you have 5 allies on the battlefield, you gain 5 life. You have 10, you gain 10 life. This is such a nice card to have in the sideboard. I run for 3 of these in sideboard. Quite often I'm sort of debating with switch these in and out of Celestial Healer, depending on how the game sort of goes, how fast I want to kill sort of the opponent, or if I'm finding he's running my life too much. Next one I sort of keep on my sideboard is Wrath of God, which I keep 2 of. Again, it's a 2 mana 2 white, destroy all creatures can't be regenerated. Nice little board clearance if things get too much out of hand. He sort of rips out the battlefield. The only bad side to it is you can clear your battlefield, so you really only want to do it if it's going to benefit you. If it wipes out your creatures, it's not really that good. A good situation, so it's a very situational card. It depends really what I'm going against for that. Next one I run is 2 of Tormod's Crypt, which is a white, 0 mana. It's an artifact, sacrifice Tormod's Crypt, exile all cards from the target player's graveyard. Again, very good against graveyard hate, very handy just to get rid of some graveyard. Next card I run is 3 of Lightning Bolt, which is 1 red. Lightning Bolt deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Again, very nice for doing some damage to an opponent or creature very quickly. And it's a nice little burn spell. And then 1 Lantern Scout, which is 2 mana, 1 white, which is Human Scout ally. Whenever Lantern Scout or another ally in this battlefield, under your control, creatures control have gain lifelink until end of turn. Very nice, very handy. It's a nice little life gain trigger. It's very handy to dump on and gain a lot of life very quickly. I only run 1 because it's not really an essential thing on this deck. Next thing I run is Bala Ged Thief. Now, I run 2 of these. It's 3 mana, 1 black, human rogue ally. Basically, when it enters the battlefield, under your control, target player reveals the number of cards equal to your allies you control. You choose one of them, that player discards the card. Very handy for card discard, but you need a lot of allies to get it off, so you really want to run 7. You want 7, or you need to sort of have a look, see how many cards they've got, how many allies you've got. Is it going to benefit you? Because they may hide the card they want, unless you can sort of get another ally trigger off and then take that card out. Lastly, last one I run, which is Chasm Guide, which is 3 mana, 1 red, Goblin Scout ally, and its rally trigger is whenever it enters battlefield or another ally enters battlefield, everything gains haste until all your creatures gain haste until end of turn, and it's a 3/2. Again, very handy for a quick swing, for a final swing, but that's the thing, it's very high in mana for what it's worth, so I only run 1 of these. I don't expect to get it off. I've just realised I've just missed 1 artifact off my sideboard, which I do apologise, which is Panharmonicon, which I run 2 of. It's a 4 mana, it's an artifact. If an artifact or creature entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. This is quite funny to get off. I've tested this against Jordan, Luke. I've gotten creatures up, which normally from a 5/5 get to a 10/10 very quickly. It's a very wrong card. It is very nasty and it gets very funny very quickly. I love this card. Shame it's a very high mana cost. I only run 2 of these because it's not a central deck. I'm debating whether to run 3, but it's a 50-50 sort of thing. So that is it for my ally deck. Obviously, if you have any suggestions, please let me know. I'm always up. You can always contact me via my Twitter account, or leave a message on there, or leave a message on the YouTube. I will try and reply to you as soon as I can see it. I do take every comment into consideration. I do try out ideas. So if you've got an excellent idea for me, please give it to me. I am more than willing to try it.
Hi guys, remember if you like that video, please smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel. Let's keep the MTG community growing here on YouTube. And from this, please check out our other playlists. We have plenty of other Magic the Gathering content from myself and the other boys at Orcs Ed Magic. And we will catch you all very soon.